Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a black nerd and I want to chat with you about a couple of things. First off, I want to tell you about this really cool thing that's happening for the holidays, and it supports the YouTube community as well as a charity. It's called the Tube-A-Thon. My good friend Cheryl Lazar at What's Trending is putting this together. It's really awesome. I was part of it last year. It's great. What happens is they have this live stream Thursday, December 12th, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and they have this streaming event with all your favorite YouTube stars. I'm talking Toby Turner, Mr. Guitar Man, Shay Carl, Daily Grace. Fine people are going to show up. Tayzon Day, King Box, Brandy Wong, Eric Andre, Brittany Louise Taylor, Terrence Sutherland's gonna be there. I talk about Terrence Sutherland, started drooling. It happens. Everybody, except for me. I'm unfortunately not gonna be there. I was there last year and I had a great time. Got to do a sketch with Shay Carl, Wasabi production guys, but unfortunately I have another event the same night, so poo. But the great thing about it is I can still participate through tweeting, and you can too. While the broadcast is going on, all you have to do is tweet, and when you tweet, use hashtag Fiesta Movement and hashtag Tube-A-Thon, and for every single tweet, What's Trending and Forward are gonna donate $1 to Covenant House, which helps homeless youth. So just imagine if all those tweets are out there, how many dollars can be made? It's like Luigi's Mansion when you move a vase and all those dollars pop out. Those are all donations. Suck them up with your poltergeist. The simplest way to give a donation this holiday season, from your butt, just sitting down and pressing a button to tweet. I've even made it easier for you. I made a click to tweet link in my description. So while the broadcast is going on, just click that. It has everything you need in it. You click it, it's tweeted, and then you've donated to Covenant House $1 through your tweet, and you also let them know the Black Nerd Cousin was involved. Good to you. Subscribe to What's Trending so you can watch this awesome broadcast, let them know that Black Nerd sent you, and really support this absolutely wonderful cause. And if for some reason you're watching this after it's happened, you can still donate to Covenant House directly, or you can donate to some other charity, Toys for Tots, food, shelters. Just do something. It's the holidays, people. Sharing is caring. Care Bears taught me that. Also want to thank you guys for your support. You guys may have seen that I did a couple of tweets talking about some weird things that have happened. As you may have heard, YouTube is implementing a new service for copyright claiming. And what was weird is that for some reason, videos that I had made for companies who had asked me to make the videos for promotional reasons or a brand deal or whatever it was. Some of those videos were targeted for this copyright claim because I used the content that they gave me in the video. This is the problem I have with this service. I get what you're trying to do, YouTube. I understand you want to fight copyright, and there are some legitimate copyright infringers, but it really makes me upset when I can look online and see on YouTube tons of Family Guy clips just uploaded for the sake of uploading clips. It is clearly copyright infringement, and they're still okay, but I actually work with a company and they gave me clips to put in my video that I created around other stuff that's original myself, and somehow that's the one that the big YouTube robot goes, oh, Ethan, that's what's wrong. But I'm okay, I'm disputing them. One of them's already been taken care of, so no worries. The only reason why I bring this up is because this is happening across the board. A lot of people are getting hit by this by various companies, because the way that it really works, if you're a company and you have your content, you're putting your content on YouTube, you want to make sure that no one else is touching your content. If you're a big company, you have sort of what's called like a content management system, almost like an ID. You got it's like a fingerprint. Like think of a fingerprint that you have. Did I say fingerprint? I'm thinking, I watched the Addams Family the other day on Netflix, so that's probably why I have a fingerprint. It's happening a lot, specifically with music, because a lot of music companies obviously put their music on YouTube, Vivo, so that stuff gets claimed, and it's happening a lot with games. I'm hearing more so for the music in the games than the games themselves, because again, the musics are registered, my English is terrible today. Anyway, what I'm basically trying to say is this is happening across the board. So when it got into the gaming community, for a little while, it was letting people know that this was happening to gamers. Somewhere along the line, someone got a copyright claim for a Nintendo game and made a mention of it, and therefore this suddenly turned from a YouTube-wide problem to a Nintendo-specific problem. And people started blaming Nintendo. Let me just put on the record right now that this is happening across the board with everybody about everything. Friends of mine are getting tagged hard from various companies, including companies that they've worked with, companies that gave them materials as press, companies that they did promotional deals with. So for whatever reason that this decided to become a Nintendo specific thing across the gaming community, I don't know. I know everyone hates Nintendo. Nintendo sucks. Nintendo's the worst thing in the world. Everyone wants to bash on Nintendo. And look, I'm not saying Nintendo's perfect, because every company has had problems with their systems. Did you have all your Xbox One features that they touted so highly at E3 at launch? No. Did you have all your PS4 features that they touted so highly? No. Have everyone's Xbox One or PS4 worked when they bought it? No. Now you're probably asking yourself, Andre, why are you making such a big deal about this? I'll tell you why. Because some websites decided that they wanted to write an article about Nintendo claiming copyright again. And in doing so, use a quote that I wrote that was very generic and in no way mentioned Nintendo. Now the first time I saw it used was on IGN, and I have to give them credit. They were talking about the story as a whole, but then they mentioned in the story that, oh, it's not just Nintendo, it's everybody. Here's an example, and they used my quote. But then New Media Rockstars and a couple of the video game websites then decided to take that and make it believe like, oh, well, Andre was talking about Nintendo because he's done stuff for Nintendo, so clearly it's Nintendo. Even though I never said Nintendo, there's nowhere in that tweet at all. It's the most generic tweet in the history of tweetdom. And they, for some reason, just decided, oh yeah, he means Nintendo. Even though I never said that. Way put words in my mouth. I've contacted a lot of these sites, and a lot of them have fixed it. Even IGN went back and made it very clear at the beginning of their article, look, the tweet that Andre is talking about is not in reference to Nintendo directly. He's just talking about the situation in general. We're just talking about the situation in general. It was just the way that it was presented. It was some clickbait going on of like, oh, Nintendo. Oh no, it's actually not Nintendo, it's everybody. And that's cool, but then what happens is it played a game of telephone. So you read one article, and then someone who needs to write an article based off that article reads like half the information, and they make their article, and then someone else reads half of that information, and then they make their article. You reference a tweet, you know you can reach me through it, right? Like you can actually go, hey, Black Nerd, were you talking about Nintendo when you said this tweet? And I would have been like, no, because Nintendo has not done anything to me. Nintendo has been amazingly awesome to me, and they have not judged anything that I've done, and they haven't claimed anything that I've done. And I really, you know, I don't understand where all this came from. And now I'm honestly sitting here, have to respond to different contacts, including some there, because there's a mistake made, because no one just freaking contacted me to ask me about my tweet. That was very generic and said nothing about any company whatsoever, because I feel like that was none of your business. Because I felt like there was no need for me to say who it was and what it was and why they did it. Back up, mind your business, all this mind your business. Reference, look. Game people, if you got a problem with Nintendo, if you have this bias against them, I understand. That's your personal opinion. But if you're gonna get mad at a company for anything, be mad at legitimate stuff. You know, if there's something, if you don't think they have enough games, if you don't think that they're catering to your audience, whatever. But don't make shit up, okay? You know? And YouTube, seriously, look, I am usually very quiet about a lot of their changes, because a lot of changes you just have to deal with. I mean, Google Plus integration, whatever. That's just part of the deal. Comments, that's just part of the deal. It's their website, we're on it, and that's understandable. I get that. What I do not get behind, though, is punishing people for things they should not be punished for. If someone is doing something appropriately, they're doing something right. If they're following all the rules that you have stated yourself are the rules, and you still turn around and question them on their rules, this is the reason why back in the day, people joined networks, because they were having the same problems with the partner program, where they would try to send you claims on things that you actually own. I actually used to get copyright claim notices for music I created. I actually had to write a letter one time to say that I, Andre Meadows, give myself, Andre Meadows, the right to use the music owned by Andre Meadows. I'm not even kidding, with my signature and everything, before they were to let loose a video back in the day. I get that you gotta use this automated stuff. I get that there's tons of videos out there, but here's the thing. When you set your video up for monetization, you have a giant box that says notes, where you're allowed to explain anything about your video that needs to be known for monetization. And every single time I do that, I write specifically if I'm working with the company, if it's fair use, whatever it is, and what's the point of doing that if you're gonna completely ignore it? Because all the videos that you claimed on me so far, I did that. And they're also in the description as well. So clearly this is a system that is not taking into account human information. That's it. I'm not angry. I may sound angry, but I'm not. I just want to make sure that no one's getting penalized. All right, I'm done with this. Support Tube-A-Thon. That's the important thing. Forget all this other YouTube nonsense. Support Tube-A-Thon. And I will see you in the future with future videos. Did y'all see that movie? Here's my review of the latest movie that came out. It was good, bad, nerdy, that movie. And there's some things that happen in it. The end. My videos are gonna be awesome in 2014. Now want to hear from you. What is something awesome and charitable that you do around the holiday season? What's a nice thing you do? Do you go to a soup kitchen? Do you give to Toys for Tots? I would love to know what kind of cool things you do to help people out during the holidays or anytime. Again, support Tube-A-Thon. They're really awesome. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000. Shade Jump. Yo.